Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a fantastic time. Oh boy, this is a fantastic time. Originally we had Neo on MT4. You can obviously see from my previous YouTube videos, or you can go to any of the um playlists I have. I've got a Neo playlist which go through all of the videos on YouTube about how to use Neo when you're actually trading using the MT4 platform. Neo was never actually put onto MT5, but instead of it going from MT5, from MT4 to MT5, I've decided to head over straight away to TradingView because obviously this gives you a lot of different pairs. You can trade, as you know, you can trade stocks, funds, futures, forex, crypto indices, bonds, etc. So there's a lot of pairs you can actually trade with Neo on TradingView. Whereas if you're using MT4, if your broker doesn't allow it, you're not going to be able to use Neo to, let's say, do your chart analysis. So this is why we have Neo on TradingView now, which will help you out a lot. Now, in the past about 4 weeks, I've been going really crazy with the coding team in order to get us some type of product that will be working to the levels of, craziness is all I'm going to say. And I'm really, really excited about what I'm going to be able to show you today. Specifically, what you can see on the chart at the moment, which is to do with the M's and the W's forming and how you're able to take trade entries basically with this type of setup. Yeah, I hope you're gonna love it all, guys and girls. If you have any questions as I'm going through anything, please feel free to ask, and yeah, we'll just take it from there. So the first thing I'll do is I'll ask people if they've got any questions, and we'll go through that first. That's what we'll do, and then I'll go more into a breakdown of the indicator because I don't want to just start breaking down something from the get-go. It might start confusing people. So if anybody does have any questions that was in the group itself, that if they were there, then feel free to ask me now if you want to. So we just see it right now. Any questions whatsoever for people? It's to do with this.
Yeah,
If you don't,
good
yeah, go
day.
ahead.
John.
Hello, hello.
Okay, so hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. So yeah, first of all, yes, I just want you to kind of explain because I have the new indicator. I'm here to um subscribe for this. So what's the difference between this and the new indicator actually?
When you're talking, are you talking about the MT4 version and the TradingView version? Is that what you're talking about?
No, no, in terms of using it to pick your trades, using it to pick
Okay.
trades.
Okay, just so I can understand the question better. So, do you actually have, are you part of the Neo VIP group for TradingView at the moment? Are you?
No,
Are you,
no, I'm not.
yeah,
But I have I have the new indicator.
on MT4? Yep. Am I correct? Yeah.
MT4, yes.
Yes. Okay. So what the difference is with this is that now I'm able to go even further with the coding, whereas those limitations what I had on MT4. So things had to be made a certain way to play around with how MT4 can be coded. That's the best way for me to put it. And it's a limitation onto the team that I might have been working with at the time. Do you understand? Whereas the team that I'm with now, when it comes into TradingView, it's a lot more dynamic. That's the best way for me to put it. So I'm able to do much more updates. I'm able to even do the updates quicker. Well, to be fair, I'm actually throwing a lot of money at this at the moment just to get it done as soon as possible because, I want a finished product of Neo. So as I go through the Zoom call, hopefully you'll be able to see a lot more of the difference. But this one, it can trade anything, scalp, day trade, or swing trade. But of course, I've particularly made up a setup for myself in order for me to find my swing trades, and that's how I swing trade with the students in the VIP group as well. So yeah, it just gives me more of a basis of being able to do that more directly, I would say. Whereas when it was on MT4, it was kind of I had to have things there, but again, there was limitations. Which, of course, if you was in the coding Zoom calls with me, you would know what I mean by there was limitations. So I'll say that's the difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so now,
yeah, go ahead, my
yeah,
friend.
so okay, so yeah, this indicator now, because basically I'm still trying to be clear about
Hmm.
how to use it to create, because I can see most of the pictures that you are posting, like before and after.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
like before, so then the M pattern and the W pattern. So
Hmm.
So I don't know. So let's assume that the M pattern
Hmm.
has formed.
Yeah,
So are you saying that next pattern will not be the W pattern? Because I think there are so many things I'm still not clear about picking this, using this indicator to pick trades.
that's great. And I hope people can take this as a learning experience here as well. So if anyone could just make sure that microphone's close so it doesn't echo at the same time as I'm talking. So yeah, so basically what happens in the market, keeping it very, very simple. Give me a second. Let's just go here. The market always has an M that forms and then a W that forms straight away from the M. Where people get confused in this whole trading setup is that the M and the W, the last line and the first line of the M, so the last line of the M and the first line of the W are connected. This is where a lot of people don't get they get the issue. Instead of it actually being something like this, yeah. So we just do a smaller one here. Yeah. Now it would be so much easier, even in general, if the market just did that. So there was like M, then there was an imaginary gap in the market space, which we know don't exist. But if there was, and then there was a W, it'd be so much better. But the market doesn't do that. It obviously it sticks together. So the last line of the M and the W are connected. You see like this. So what this is doing for you is it's giving you the indication when this line here appears. Yeah, let's just get rid of this one so the chart's more clear. Yeah. So what I've managed to do after time, it took a long time, took like 3 or 4 days of this coding. I've managed to pinpoint when this one is forming for sell trade setups like this, and this will be the second leg of the M. And when this one here is forming for buy trade setups, which is the second leg of the W for buy trade setups, just like that. So this is why this is actually good and easy for people to be able to see this way. This is what you're seeing here forming on the chart at the moment. So whenever you're in an uptrend, you obviously want to look for more second legs of the W, as you can see here. Yeah. And then if we go into a downtrend, as you can see here, you want to look for the second legs of the M. So you can see how clear and precise this is straight away without me even doing anything and what it's doing for you here. And obviously this actually happens on a dashboard over here, which you can see, which is just up here. So it tells you the last three things that have happened, the last three labels that have appeared. So when the last three labels are appearing, so you're going to know straight away. So here you can see straight away on this one, it says M second leg. But before that, the third one was already telling you that there's an M forming. So as soon as this is the weekly chart, remember that. So you would have known from a weekly perspective 2 weeks ago that an M is starting to form here. Obviously, we're in an uptrend at the moment, so it's probably best not to sell, but it doesn't mean you can't because on a lower time frame, this could be a very good trade. I'm just showing you from a weekly chart because we're on the weekly time frame. This is not a specific thing for you to trade Neo on. This is just me giving you an example straight away. Yeah. Obviously you could already see that a weekly M is forming. So if you already know this, you can now mark this pair out as one of your pairs to look for the second leg to form because you know on a lower time frame, when this second leg starts to form, I can now go to start to trade that pair or that trading setup. Do you understand? I'm just going to look into the questions quickly just to see if there's anything. Okay, cool. Yeah, just make sure. Cool.
Wait, wait, wait.
So
I
now,
got a question now. So,
yeah.
okay,
I'm
cool,
just
cool.
gonna go into this question. I'm just gonna finish off this one quickly here.
Okay, cool.
It might even answer your question. If it doesn't, then just remember your question and you can ask me straight away after. Yeah. Okay, cool. So if we go down, so even if you're looking at this now, remember what I said for a lower time frame. Don't worry about how I trade, worry about trading in general. You can always buy, you can always sell. It doesn't matter what time frames you trade from the 1 minute to the monthly. How I trade is my specific way and it works for me because of my lifestyle. Trading is based on your lifestyle. Let's remember that, people. Okay, so we go over to the daily chart now because we see on the weekly chart that let's just go back over here so I can mark it up. So we can see that obviously this low's formed, and now we can see that a second leg is starting to form here. As soon as this started to sell this weekly candle from the open, it would have said M second leg forming. Now, to make sure that we can see that this M second leg is sticking in play, we just go down a time frame. So we go down one time frame. So as we got to this time frame, we can also see this is still Monday. So it's still a bit tricky for us because again, the weekly second leg hasn't stuck into play, hasn't stuck there. So we don't know if it's definitely an M on the weekly time frame yet. Yeah. So then we go down one more time frame. So we go from the daily to the 4 hour. So when we go down from the daily to the 4 hour now we look how price action is moving at this point here. Okay, so
That's
where
not
are
4 hours. That's 4 days.
sorry,
That's 4 days.
yeah, no worries. So we go here, and as soon as we go to here, now we can see straight away that from that Monday, we did have a completion of this M forming here. And even if we didn't have that one there, yeah, we had, hold on a second, boom, boom, boom. So we can see we've got an M forming here that's telling you that this is starting to form an M pattern on the 4 hour on the Monday, that same Monday, and it has closed. We can obviously see the second leg on the 4 hours down here. That's fine. You go down lower. Remember what I told you? If you want to trade lower, this is all you do. Yeah. So remember, we've got R1 forming from up here, and we can see, let's just go here. Bear with me a second. Boom, boom, boom. So this is the Monday. So right here. So you can see on the 1 hour chart, you had an M second leg forming right over here. You see? With the close of this second leg. And this was the Monday. So this is already telling you from the 1 hour, we're starting to lock in price for this weekly M second leg here. Okay. So if you go over to the 1 hour again, remember we started from here. Okay. Now, if you this is TradingView, you can play more with it. This is what you can't really do too easily on MT4. We can go over even to the 2 hour chart and see what we see here. So this is from Sunday coming into Monday open. So we can already see even here that there's a 2 hour lock in here right now for the second leg of this M. That M that you're still seeing on the weekly selling. So it's telling you that, hey, the market is building up structure to do this sell move. You can even play some more and you can go to the 3 hour chart even. You understand? So you can see even on the 3 hour chart, it's starting to lock in the second leg of this M. And this was from the Friday. So it's giving you an indication that this move is about to come on the weekly chart. Do you understand? We can even go to the 12-hour time frame, yeah, just to change it up a little bit. And you can see from the Wednesday, this move started to lock in here. You see? So you've got so many time frames you can go to start to see if price action is following the move that's about to happen. And even if you didn't want to go that far up, you can go to the 8-hour time frame. Yeah, so you can still see this is even from the Thursday. So to keep it simple for traders, obviously you don't have to go into these in-between time frames. You would have just gone from the weekly to see that this was happening here. Boom. And you already know this can happen. This is why it shows you this pattern here. Remember, you're going to have an M forming, a low, and then you're going to have the second leg. So it has to form the second leg. Regardless if it's a big second leg or a small second leg, it has to form it. It has to. To go onto the W pattern, it has to form it, is what I'm trying to tell you. So you knew it was coming in, but it's about you finding an entry for that. So how do you find an entry? You just start going down your different time frames. For me personally, this would have been my first entry here from the M forming. So if I know an M's forming on the 4 hour, what did I just tell you? It has to form a second leg, regardless if it's big or not. So if I'm trading it based on how I trade with trend, not this trade, but how I trade with trend, this is already giving me an early indication into this trade setup. So therefore, this is straight away how I'd now say, boom, here's my entry here. Here's my stop loss above this level right here. And this is how I'll start to look to take the trade setup. And where would I take my take profits? I keep them very, very simple. I just head back over to the weekly chart and I'll look for any previous weekly lows. So I can see there's a weekly low here. I can see there's a weekly low here. And I can see there's a weekly low down here. So I've already got myself 3 TP levels. Simple as that. 1, 2, and 3. So if price action wants to keep selling, and I'll hopefully be able to go back to this video, or in the group, I'll update them. You know, the traders, if we keep seeing a sell here, it will more than likely go down to this low down here. So that's just a brief understanding of how I wanted to show you guys and girls how to use the M's and the W's and how they form and the best way of looking at it. Now, of course, I'm going to give more examples based on this. But of course, let me answer some questions first. So it's not just me talking. So I'm just going to go in here and see something. Okay, cool. So what was the question you was going to ask? Sorry, I'm not too sure who was speaking at that time. Because of course I was speaking at the same time. Yeah.
You answered part of my question already.
Okay.
Now let's just say, so you said you do weekly time frame, right?
Yep.
So on this weekly time frame, are you taking the close of the second leg candle, or did you already take a trade on it when you saw that M was forming, since the M has to make a second leg anyways for the W?
Exactly what you said there in the last part. I do that because I want to
Ah,
obviously get the better entry. The thing with me, remember what I said to everyone, trading is a lifestyle. And I think that's where it becomes very difficult for me as a teacher and somebody that tries to give out trades as well as trading people's accounts and trading my own accounts. So exactly what you said at the last part is what I will do, because I'm trying to get in a bit earlier because I have 5 million worth of accounts I'm trading. Yeah. Okay. Now, hear this. On the 5 million, I can't trade copy all these accounts. Do you understand? I have to trade them individually. It takes me like 20 minutes to enter every single trade. So I have to trade different from how other people are trading. So if I can get the earlier entry, it's like I'm just placed a bit nicer in the market. Do you understand? And this is what I said today in the VIP. Whereas other people, they might say, oh, let me try and get in now. Oh, it's not good enough. Let me come out. Let me wait for it to form. Let me get in there. You understand? Because they can do that because they can enter in and out of a trade quickly because they're just trading their own personal capital, if that makes sense. They're just doing that. So just because I'm not doing it, it doesn't mean you can't do it as a trader, is what I'm trying to say. I try and tell people I can't do that because of my lifestyle that goes into trading. Do you understand? And that's what I try to tell people. So again, I would try to enter it earlier because it has to form a second leg. So let's go over to a winning trade that took. If you've got any other questions, people, please have them ready. Yeah. This is
yeah,
what we're
wait,
here for
quickly
today.
on the pair you were on
On the
right
same
now.
pair, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
mate.
So, did you take this trade on that Monday weekly open?
What's that? Would I take this trade? So let's say this was one of my trades you're talking about, and it's
Yeah.
ready for a
Did
setup.
you
Yeah.
did you take it like so?
Yeah, yeah. I would have
Previous
taken it on
candle,
this.
the previous candle, it closed that thing. Is that a green candle? I don't even know. I can't
This
tell.
one here, yeah, it's a green. It has to be a green
Yeah.
candle.
Okay. Cool.
It
Yeah.
would
So
have to
that
be,
was a
yeah.
green candle. So would you
Mhm.
take it on that green candle when it closed, or did you take it on the open of basically the new week?
I would have taken it on the open of the new week based on what we see here, and my entry would have been
Okay.
exactly what I said. So on the new week forming, we know a second leg has to form. It's really showing us, yeah, that second leg has to start forming. Basically, it's showing us, yeah, because as soon as this week opened, price action would have started straight away because it has done. It would have been selling, and this label would have been here. It would have started selling down slowly, yeah. This label would have been here. But for me to know if this label is going to have a higher probability of sticking, what do? I go down a time frame. You see? So I go
Okay.
down.
Yeah.
Obviously, the daily is too much of a push, even though it still lets you get this trade here. Remember, this is still pips here. This little candle, still pips, yeah?
Yeah.
It's still pips, but it could be a bit bigger. So this is why you hear me a lot in the VIP if you are in there or telling people, and you can even see the indicators up to it. I like to go down a bit lower. So I go down to the 4 hour chart because a daily candle can be 250 pips if it wants to be 300 pips. So if this leg of this M, you're waiting for your daily entry, if it's a 250 pip trade, you kind of missed your entry, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Whereas even the 4 hour can be big sometimes, but I'll go to the 4 hour chart. You understand? Now, on the 4 hour chart, yes, the second leg of the M formed here already. So this is already giving me an indication that they're starting to form bearish momentum. But this was from the Friday. Remember, this was from before the close. So it was on the Friday morning. The market closed here, basically, around here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Already telling me. But again, why I'm not going to enter straight away on the 4 hour chart. Why? This is why this indicator is good. Is once people start to clock the pattern, I'm telling you, you're gonna start having fun with this. So you guys, I'm just looking at everything. I was laughing. I'm like, I don't think people understand what I just did here. So look here. So on the 4 hour, remember what you say, you're just waiting for this trade. Why am I going to enter this trade when I know that if the W formed here on the 4 hour, the high was there? What do you think is going to form first before the M?
Yeah. The W second leg. Yeah.
And what do you see right in front of you?
Yeah. W second leg. Yeah.
There you go. So when that's formed, cool. What's the next thing I'm gonna do? I'm gonna
And
easily just wait for the M to form.
okay.
Oh, the M's forming now. The M's locked in place now. Okay, if the M is locked in place right here, there's
Oh
nothing else
my
to do
days.
apart from going down, coming up, and
Oh shit. Yeah, yeah, this makes sense. Okay, so you take the close on that 4 hour candle.
you
So
see,
when that M forming shows, you take the close of that candle, you put a stop loss above that high, right?
literally,
I'm
you just put
receiving.
your
And
stop loss above
then
this high here. You can do it
yeah,
there. That's to keep it
okay,
very
makes
simple.
sense.
You can do that. You see, me
Makes sense.
again, remember, this is why I said Pikachu said trading's a lifestyle. So yeah, it is a lifestyle. And I'm not talking about the lifestyle you're seeing on social media. By all means, do all of that stuff if you want to. If you're a trader, I don't hold no malice to anyone. Live your life. Everyone lives their life the way they want to. But why I'm saying it's a lifestyle, my reasoning for it is because I can't put my stop loss here because again, it takes me 20 minutes to enter a trade. So if it just wants to go one pip up here, Now John has to start running around like a headless chicken just to please everyone because it's going one pip back. Do you understand what I'm saying? It don't make
Yeah.
sense. So John doesn't trade it. So what happens is, sorry, hold on. Let me get rid of all of this because my chart too messy. Yeah, sorry, I just want to make it very clear for you. Boom. And cool. So what John doesn't do is I don't use a stop loss at all. Do you understand? Because I know it's more than likely going to do this or not. And if it's not going to do this, then I've not entered a 15.0 or 25.0, even though I'm trading X amount of value accounts. I will enter the most you see me on my accounts is only if I double up my entries. But if I've got one entry on a $400,000 account, I'll probably be in a maybe a 2.60 lot size. $400,000 account. You hear what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
and I've shown you guys and girls many times when I've shown the screenshot of the accounts. I'm not in 25.0 lot sizes. I'm just not. Do you understand? So I can trade with no stop loss because I realize the market moves up and it moves down. Not everyone's going to be perfect all the time. So that's my personal preference, my personal trading lifestyle. I don't use a stop loss. But even if you were to use a stop loss, again, it's right here. Yeah. You just put your stop loss where? Again, above these highs. Right
Yeah.
there. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong
Pretty
with you doing
simple.
that as a trader. Even if it lost the trade for you, it's just what it is. You get what I'm saying? If 10 people can take one trade, but not every one person's going to win that trade. Some people would have come out here and then maybe it pulled back there. Some people would have held it all the way down and made more money. Just trade it. Do you understand? It's based on the individual's lifestyle, investment, savings, where they are in life, literally. You know what I mean? Desperation, some people. So obviously I try to make it well-rounded so it's very simple for beginners. But at the same time, I try and explain the reality of it. I can't trade everything I do for every individual person. It's not going to work because we all have different lifestyles. So I think that's a very key point about this video. Not how the indicator works, it's how I personally trade. So it's that simple because the indicator will work however it wants to work, regardless of my lifestyle. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yes.
hopefully that did answer that question.
So I guess
Yeah,
the next question would be,
yeah, you go ahead.
what is an RR ratio that you're looking at
For me,
for something like this? Just
I
to
always
get an
try to go. Yeah,
example
go, mate. Sorry. Hmm?
for your weekly one, what
Hmm.
would your RR be for a weekly?
Okay. Okay, to answer that question straight away, we go here. So, first and foremost, remember I've entered on that 4 hour because I've just shown you how you found the pattern, how you found entry criteria of the pattern. Yeah. But when your entry criteria has come into play, you have to now start looking at where your low or high weekly wicks are. So I'll use low or high weekly wicks or low or high monthly wicks. Do you understand? To look for TP levels because highs and lows are where liquidity is resting. Doesn't matter from the 1 minute all the way to the monthly. Every high and low of a candle wick is where liquidity is resting. So obviously, if I'm trading off the weekly time frame, I'm going to be using weekly liquidity targets. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So that makes sense. So now here, so when my entry criteria came in, go to the 4 hour, and if I've entered here, so now before the prices even got here, yeah. So let's just do this. Boom. We've just seen this. This is how price looks at the moment. Okay. Remember, the previous weekly low is already there, so I know this is here. This green line at the bottom. That's not me making up an imaginary thing. It's already there because
Yeah.
this is
From
the
previous
previous week.
price.
It's from previous price, so it's
Yeah.
there. Yeah, boom. So our stop loss is above either this high or let's just put it above the highest highs here. Boom. And my take profit levels down here. So now I know that this is only going to give me a 1 to 3 R to this level. So obviously what I would do is say, okay, that's good enough. But now I'm hoping for, because I can only hope, I can't tell you exactly where they're going to push it to. There's no exacts, yeah. Now I'm looking for a bigger push. So why go to this one if there's a second low wick down here? Okay. So when I go to that one there, I'm going to stretch this down a little bit more. And this is almost giving me a 1 to 2. So I'd be happy with this. So now based on this to the second weekly low, liquidity that hasn't been grabbed, this is giving me almost a 1 to 2. So I'm good with that. Yeah. Now I'll just go to my pip calculator, and then I'll just work out what lot size I need because I trade in a percentage gain because I'm trading so much capital. So I would say out of this 1.7 R, yeah, this 1 point, let's just call it 1.8 R, yeah. And again, I need to know in the pips, yeah, how much that will get me to 1% growth this week if price was to go and hit this level down here. What lot size would I have to use? So let's just see if price goes down to this level. Boom. So it hasn't hit this level yet, but it's very close to hitting this level. Do you get what I'm saying? This level here, it hit the first level clearly. It hit the first one. I think it was here. It hit it. So you can see it was almost hit this one. So that's all I would do. I look for where my liquidity highs and lows are, and that's how I'll base my risk to reward. It's that simple. So if this is, I look for a 1 to 2 minimum. I don't like to trade 1-to-1s, but this is giving me a 1 to like 1.8. That's okay. That's not terrible. 1 to 6 is probably getting a bit worse. You understand? You want to keep it as close to 1 to 2 or 3 as possible. I do 1 to 3 or 1 to 2 or more. That's what I do in my risk to reward, literally. And I'll try to aim for 1% growth on an account. If I don't like the way it's feeling, or I have to step away from the computer because I do other things, like I'm driving a lot sometimes, I will now be able to close this trade at half of the profit. So let's just say this is 0.50% gain I've made on my account. Out of 5 million capital, that's still $25,000 made. Do you understand? If anyone's making $25,000 in 8 hours, I mean, I understand we're not all millionaires. This is why we're here in the first place. I just made $25,000 in 8 hours. Logically, train your brain that way. You're good with that. You don't have to worry. So even if you only make 10, if you're able to do this 8 or 9 times what I've just shown you here from this strategy, and you only made £10 off of this trade, or $10, yeah, if you can do that 7 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times, easily as I've broke this down, because we all know replays on trades are super easy. Yeah, it's not like reality. But let's just say it is that easy. Let's just say for a second. Yeah, you just have to repeat that process and just use bigger lot sizes and get bigger accounts. You don't have to stress yourself. You see? So this is why I only go for 1%. Do you understand? I don't try and make 4%, 3% when I take a trade. Do you get it? Does that answer your question with the risk to reward and even the insight into what I do? Does that answer your question? I use the previous liquidity to see, and I go for a 1 to 2 minimum.
That makes sense. I think
Yeah.
what you just explained is about greed. People get greedy in the market.
Okay. So, yeah, 100%. That's what happens. It's the greed that kills. They're not looking at, you literally can't look. They're not looking at where they want to be and trade in that way, rather than they're looking at where they are now. Does that make sense when I say that? So again, listen to what I said. If you're making $10, imagine every single time. I want everyone to listen to what I'm telling you here. This is why this indicator is so crazy as well. Trust me. Imagine what I've just shown you, and it works 7 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times, and every single time it works, you manage to make $10. It's so annoying because it's only $10. That's nobody's strong enough working salary for a day. We know that because the world is expensive. But all you have to think is that as long as it keeps doing this, I can go get myself 4 other jobs out there. Yeah, just hear me out what I'm saying. Use all that. Now when I'm going to do that silly amount of work that people don't like to do to save money, because it's very long. We all understand that. But you can literally think, every single time I'm doing this extra shift, this extra 12 hours I'm putting in for the extra week, yeah, when I get that bigger account, as long as I replicate this same process, I'm not going to be making $10 this time. I'm going to be making $1,000. I'm going to be making $2,000 when the account's bigger. I'm going to be making $10,000. You understand? It's how easy is the process to enter a trade and get out of a trade. Simple. The easier it is, the more simple trading will be for you. You just invest more money into it. And that's the game. So again, very comprehensive. It was a simple question, but I gave you a comprehensive answer. Hopefully that helps people. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a good answer.
Yeah, no problem at all. So, anybody else got anything for me? Please feel free. Feel free to take the floor.
Okay, yeah. Okay, my actually concern is for scalpers.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is there any way you can just explain this using the lower time frame?
Yeah.
Let's say from the 4 hour to the 1 hour. That is what scalpers use mostly. At least maybe for people that for now with smaller accounts, and then you're trying to grow their accounts. So
Yeah. That's no problem at all. So, the first thing here, sorry, go ahead, mate. Sorry, I don't want to cut you. Yep.
No, yeah, it's fine. So just to understand it better, using lower time frame.
Okay.
That is taking some small profits.
Cool. So I think this is a big issue what people are having here. Hear me what I'm saying. It is, please, yeah. No matter what you want to do, you have to understand the movement of the chart. Doesn't matter if you want to scalp, day trade, or swing trade. This is what happens with people. They believe because they're scalping, a lot of scalpers, they don't have to understand the way that the chart moves. Okay, so I need to go into this logic. This is why I created this way, the indicator, and how I'm going to show you exactly how. I've said this before in my YouTube videos. I'm going to say this again to people. Yeah, cool. Every single day, yeah, one of the pairs is going to do a midday reversal. Yeah. Every single week, one of these pairs are going to do a midweek reversal. Every single month, one of these pairs are going to do a mid-month reversal. Yeah. Every single, and it goes on like that to the quarter until 6 months into the year. Okay. This is what people tend to call the New York reversal. This is what people tend to call the midweek reversal. So I need to just check someone's microphone's open. Yep. This is what people tend to call the midweek reversal, and this is what obviously people tend to call, let's just call this the mid-year reversal. Yeah. If I'm lying, you can go check any single pair. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Go check the day. You'll see the midday reversal, New York session. Go see the week. You'll see one of the pairs that is done a midweek, and you'll see any pair you look at on a yearly chart or a 3-month chart, whatever. You'll see a mid-year reversal. Okay. Okay. Let's just get rid of all of that. Now, the fact that the chart does that, this is why I tell people to pay attention to certain time frames. Why give yourself stress even if you want to scalp? Because remember, there's multiple pairs to trade. You have to stress yourself. And this is what this indicator will help you with. So what I would tell people is, even if you're scalping, honestly, what I would say is, even if you've got smaller capital, you can still grow your account from small. I turned £50 into like £400 in the last trade I traded. So anybody can do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's very possible. And that's enough for you to turn 400 into maybe 600 into 1,000 into 1,002. You can do that. So anyway, now look, boom, and I'll go over that trade after. So anyway, look, what you need to do is wait for the daily time frame to create an M or a W. When you see it doing this M or this W, you now go down to the 4-hour time frame to catch your entry here or your entry here. Now, you doing this, you're going to notice that in a week, there's probably a pair that's going to do this. Yeah. So you're going to get at least 2 trading setups, even if you're a scalper, because this scalp could still be like maybe a 4-hour movement, just one 4-hour candle. You're on the 4-hour time frame. Now that's what I would suggest you do, because you're going to get more directional bias in your trade, more strength in your trend if you use a daily time frame. That's what I would personally suggest you do. But I get it. Scalpers might even still be a bit more impatient for that because they don't want to wait for the daily. They want to make sure they can catch 4 trades or whatever. Now, if you are going to do that, you need to be waiting for at least a 4-hour M or W to form, and then you go lower. So let's go here. So boom. Okay, let's go right here. Let's even see this one on a lower time frame, so we don't even skip past anything. Okay, so we got our M forming from here. We went to the hour chart. Let's go to the 30-minute chart. Yeah. Give me a second. Okay. So you can see here. Now we knew on the 4-hour, M was forming here from the closure of, where is this? Let's see this. 1, 2, 3. Let's do this. Trying to see. Give me a second, people. Okay, this is even better because this is after it. This is a better view, in fact, because this is that we know, remember what I told you, on a higher time frame, what was forming here from the weekly to the daily to the 4-hour from here. So remember, if you're a scalper, you're only in and out of the market quick. This is AED New Zealand, so don't move a lot of pairs. But now look here. If you wanted to get a scalp trade on the Monday at 6 o'clock, you had one right here. It's the same difference, it's just lower. You've just waited for the move. This time you've waited for the move to happen on the higher time frame. And you've just gone lower. And then you've just gone here, boom. And you've just laid yourself in a trade right here above the high. And you've just got yourself a 1 to 4R. You've got 4 pip stop loss at a 7-pip trade. There is nothing wrong with you doing that. Obviously, if you held the trade longer, you would have had a better trade. If you now look for the second setup, you even have another one here. So now you've gone from taking only 1 trade setup to taking how many? So by the Monday, going into the Tuesday, this would have been after the market opened. I can't remember when the clocks went back. If it was this weekend, I think it was this weekend, yeah. So yeah, this one here, boom. Now you got yourself a 4-hour trade here. Remember, you already know what's happening on a higher time frame. So you can see what's happening here. Now you're just literally waiting. So this is all you're doing here. So you've caught this one. You could have possibly caught it forming from here or here. But let's not just talk about pinpointing perfection. Let's talk about what we can actually, what we can actually see. Yeah. Now, what we can actually see here is exactly what I said, is the second leg of the M forming right there. And where is it? Right here as well. We can literally see it. So you see, we used a 4-hour chart, and then we found our second legs on the 30-minute chart. You can do that. Now, let's even make it even smaller for you, just so people can see it. So let's do a 15 and a 1 minute. Let's get really exciting here. Yeah. Okay. And let's not even do this. Let's go over to gold, because people love to scalp the life out of gold because you can trade it with small leverage. Sorry, you can trade it with small amounts of money. Okay. So let's go here. Let's not go to the end of the day because obviously no one's really trading at market close. Let's start from the beginning of Tuesday. It's going to be a bit harder because obviously we're going to go to a 1 minute chart, but we'll try what we do here. Okay. Okay, so gold coming into, where is it? It was 9 o'clock. Here you go. So the market would have opened at, I can't remember, no, the market will open at 10. Gold clock opens 1 hour earlier, if I'm correct. Or later, sorry. If I'm correct. Boom. So on gold here, let's just say here, so we know where that's the day started. Okay, so again, we have this, we're looking for, obviously, I like to use EMAs as well. That does help out. So you can even see prices above a 50 EMA right now. Cool. And this is why I've created this dashboard here. This is one of the other updates, but this one's based on the monthly, weekly, daily, and 4-hour. So if you actually just use that and follow in the trends, you're going to be able to find, you can already see this is telling you to buy. So even if you're using it on a lower time frame, it's telling you to buy. Okay. But we can see here, let's just keep it simple. Don't even worry about the EMA for now. Let's just worry about the pattern. Okay. We can see straight away here that we had a second leg of a W formed here. And this was going into market open, and you can see how big this trade setup was. You don't need to come out of this trade until you can see that the second leg of the M is forming, which was up here. This is when you would have closed this trade. And you would have made all of this money off of this scalp just here, paying attention to that. Now, if we can see that this 15-minute second leg is formed here, let's go to the 1 minute chart. Okay. Let's go here. Close this for a second. See if we can find price. Where the hell is price? There we go. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Go. Okay, we're just going to do this. Got to bring it back here so we can see the M's and the W's forming there. Boom. So look here. So we knew that the 15-minute M and W basically closed here. Look at this with this candle here. Yeah. So as soon as this one closed with this candle here, where is this at the time? Boom. Right here. You've already got yourself a entry from this level here, and you'll put your stop loss below the last low. So straight away using the 15-minute second leg forming, and this one here, boom. You've got yourself a 1 minute scalp. The lows here. You see this low right here. Yeah. You've got yourself a scalp. So if you got yourself in from here to here, boom. This one formed here, this second leg of this M formed here. So you've got to suggest, so right now, you can see you would have come out of this trade. So where we've entered here, this one didn't get you no movement in this. Obviously, the market just opened. It didn't get you no movement in this trade. So you took a loss there. Cool. That's fine because you closed the trade. Remember what I said, when the second leg forms and closes, you know that, okay, boom, you want to be coming out of this trade because obviously that could start pulling a reversal. When the second leg of the W formed again here at this point, and we'll go back to the 15-minute chart after, just to show you, where's the last low? So you could obviously even put it below that low there, but I would always suggest the low you can see to your left, as you can see here, boom. This is the low here. And then this was a, boom, what was this? Before the second leg formed on the 1 minute chart, this was a 6R buy trade. This is how you scalp it, you see? Just like this. So you're still using a higher time frame, but you're going lower to look for your entry. so you can catch, obviously, so you can have a smaller stop loss and you can try and make maximum profit. This is how I would suggest you use it. So it's the same difference. So even if you go to the 15-minute chart, just so people, because I know some people will still watch this back and say, oh, you cherry picked because you saw it was a big trade and da, 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 da. I get it. I get it. Please, I've been trading for years now. Please don't give me cherry pick. I don't cherry pick. I take trades, yeah. Cool. So here, let's just even go to this random one. And this isn't even a good one. Let's go to a crap one because this would have appeared. I would have thought on the 15-minute, oh, I can sell on the 1 minute. Yeah. Let's go here. Go back to the 1 minute. Cool. So we was waiting for the second leg of the M to form. And then boom. So we can see here, second leg of W is forming. So you had an entry from here. Yeah. On the 1 minute here. Boom. Or you had one from here. You see, that move didn't look too good on the 15-minute chart. But if you traded from here or from here, okay, and let's pick the worst one first. Let's not pick the best one. You started from here, your stop loss was above here, boom. And then you went down to here. Wasn't a good risk to reward, but you still managed. Remember, this is only when the second leg of the W appeared. So even let's put it here, boom. That was still a 33 pip trade. So it wasn't the best in the world because of the risk to reward wasn't the greatest, but it's scalping. You're here to get in and you're here to get out. You was only in this trade for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 to 7 minutes. And you already banked yourself maybe, if that was a 0 point, let's just say you was in that in a 0.10, you could have made like $60. Do you understand? Putting a 0.10, you would make $60 at 7 minutes. Do you get the point of what I'm showing you here, people? This is why I say use the higher time frame, M's and W's second legs forming, and go lower. Because even if you're scalping, you're gonna get a better move. Because on the 15-minute chart, this was just like one candle. This wasn't even a big candle before the pullback happened. So if you try to enter on the 15-minute, you won't have had the chance to grab this 33 pips on gold. Does that make sense for anybody still here and watching and listening to what I'm saying? Listen to what I'm saying, sorry.
Right.
Yeah. And does that make sense to the gentleman that asked the question as well? Yeah.
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what
Yeah,
you're
very
doing.
clear.
It's the same logic. Can you see how it's the exact same logic? Doesn't matter. You just use the time frame you want to use. So you got to find yourself. What I do is I use the monthly time frame. Then I'm using the weekly time frame, and I'm looking for an entry between the daily and the 4 hour. You see, I'm playing with them for right there. So that gets me a move when you're seeing John holding the trade for 3 days now. Do you get it? Because I've gone from the monthly. Do you understand? And gone down to the 4 hour basically. Do you see it? But there's nothing stopping you from doing this. Like, I'm expecting to see a lot of people scalping with this as well if they want to. But please, all I ask is when people get this and they scalp, just don't go and like to say John didn't put in the work in this. This is some crazy stuff. You understand? And this is only if you're using this one. If you do the same thing with like the 1 hour chart, because you can still get maybe 3 or 4 trades in a day using the 1 hour chart. You can use the 1 hour chart, yeah, and now go down to the 1 minute to find the entry. So maybe you remember it's 1 minute trading, so you might lose your first trade, lose your second, but then you get the big trade after. But remember, you've had such a small stop loss, it don't even matter. Even if you've got a good broker that's got small spreads, it's better for you because obviously if you've got a small stop loss and you got crap spreads, it's no good in it. But if you've got small spreads, good broker, you might lose the first 2 trades, but then the third trade is like a 4 or 5R. Do you get where I'm coming from? Because you can see this one here. Where is it? This second leg here. So let's just say you went for this buy. Let's just say this was one. Yeah. You can even scalp it stupid as well, people. You might not even need to even use 2 time frames. I've not even tried this yet. It was actually scary. I've done it from like my first year of trading. But you can just scalp every single second leg. And look, like there's going to be someone that's going to be crazy enough to just do it. They're going to do it. But look, if you scalp the second leg and you hold it, look here, boom. Before this, okay, it did form here. So you still made it the second leg there. So let's just say it closed here. This was still like almost a 1R trade. Okay, cool. Then you've waited for this leg here. You've tried to scalp this one from here to here. Obviously, this one probably would have took you out because it was a big move straight away. Cool. But then when this one's closed now, you've waited here. So if somebody wants to sit around all day and do this, that's completely up to them. I wouldn't be able to do it, but then boom, you've got this trade here. Do you understand? Obviously, this one pushed you back to here. So you can just keep doing this. And then eventually, so you might have lost that trade, made some profit off of that one. So here, I think there was like 1 small winner, 2 losers. And then you come up to this one here, and then you go to the next scalp here. Somebody's got the time to do it. It's completely up to them. Boom. Then you scalp this second leg on the 1 minute. Now you're back in the game now. You see, boom. Then you scalp this second leg here. When this one closed, then you've caught this buy. You see what I'm saying right now, people? Can you see it? Then you caught this buy. If I'm lying and flying, you can see it yourself. Because remember, it's second legs are for a reason. They're supposed to be decent trades, regardless of the time frame. Obviously, it's subjective to the time frame you're looking at, but it's supposed to be decent trades. So realistically, how many out of 10 second legs you trade, how many of them are going to be crap? Not every single one of them. And we all know you don't need a crazy win rate in trading to be successful. You just need, if you've got a low win rate, you just need bigger risk to reward. If you've got a high win rate, you can use smaller risk to reward. Do you understand? It's about up to the trader. It's up to the trader if they want to do that. But you can literally sit there all day and just do this. Do you understand? So you just do this all day, just second legs. And so you might have, yeah, so go ahead. So go on.
Sorry, so basically, if I'm been paying attention, I just joined late. But you trading the M's to the W?
Yeah, it's always when a second leg appears, wait for the next second leg to appear before you decide to possibly get out. Because if another second leg appears, obviously you don't know how big the move can be in the reversal against you. Do you understand? It's like this one here. Regardless, imagine this was any time frame. So imagine you was trying to sell, boom, 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 boom. Then the second leg appears, boom. Do you understand? You don't know. So when the second leg appears, that's when you want to say, hey, let me kick back and not trade this anymore. Or let me put a break even. Or let me take partial profits if the second leg appears very far from your actual original entry. You know now that the market is starting to form structure against you when the opposite second leg appears. Does that make sense? What I'm saying to you?
Yeah, wait, I got a question as well.
Yes, that makes sense.
Based on that, so now let's just say you take that M second leg. When you just see that W forming, isn't it just best to get out of the trade at that point? Then you can just take the next, second leg.
That's if you're going to do the aggressive scalping every single second leg. Personally, I wouldn't suggest that. That's a form of gambling. I'm going to say that straight out. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a form you might get one lucky day where the market's, what someone said here, how do you spot when the market's ranging? You're going to see when the market's just ranging there. This is not built to show you when the market's ranging. It's just built to show you the market's made a high or a low. It's simple. Do you understand? This M&W is not built. It's built to tell you when a high or low basically formed, which one will be the better high or low to look for an entry of a trade. That's what this is built for. Do you understand? The M&Ws don't show you range of markets. What range of markets will show you is to do with structure, and that goes more into what else Neo has to offer. Do you understand? So again, yeah. To answer that question for you there, what was I going to say? There was something else. So you said there, yeah. So again, what I was going to say, if you try and trade every single second leg, nothing wrong with you doing that. If you do it and you make money off it, please just promote the life out of it so we can get a bigger community. You know, it makes sense for all the time I put in there. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but personally, for me to teach that to people, I would consider that gambling. So I can't teach that as a viable strategy. Do you understand? For people to be able to use. If you want to sneakily go away and do that in your own private, whatever, cool. If anybody else, if you post in the free group that, yeah, look, I've just been trading the second legs on Neo, that's great marketing for me. I'm not going to lie. Come on, that's great marketing. That it works. But I'm not going to personally teach it because this is high frequency trading, man. Some prop firms might not even let you do that. Do you understand what I mean? Because you could be taking like 50 trades in a day, 60 trades. Some prop firms might actually say, no, this is too much, and they might not let you pass or block your account. If you do it on your live account, it's cool. So does that answer that question there, just in case, so I can move on to the next?
Yeah, to be honest, it sounds like it's Russian
Overstood.
roulette.
Yeah, sorry, say that again. I heard the Russian roulette, and what did the other person say? Sorry.
Overstood. So quick question. So when you see M, that's basically selling, W is buying?
Yeah, that's correct. Absolutely correct. Yeah. So that's that one there. Cool. So yeah, so this is basically why the M&W system is so good. And let me even show you like the actual trade that I took. Yeah. So this one here, this is the trade I flipped £50 to just even £400 on. If I actually left it, I could have left it, but I just didn't decide to leave it. On the trade, I was just like, you know what, TJ's been moving mad snaky. I did it 3 weeks in a row, by the way, as well, people. I did like £50 to like $400 each time, 3 weeks in a row. using how, when it's funny because I was building Neo whilst doing it, the TradingView Neo, and then eventually I got to this one. I was like, yes, bingo. And I was showing the VIPs are there. Like I showed them for the, especially the last one. I was like, yeah, look, it should do this buy because of this. Even what we're seeing price do now, if this is the end of it, yeah, look, even what it's doing now, this was a trade setup, and you can see here. So you would have been in this buy from here. So look here, hold on. We go to the monthly first. This is how I trade it. Yeah. We go to the monthly first. You can see that my signals are showing me when lows and highs are forming in the market. And that's another indicator on Neo here, which is this one here, which is the Neo dynamic. You get all of these indicators as well if you join the Neo VIP group. It's £50 a month for monthly. It's 400 GBP for 1 year, and it's 600 for lifetime. But for the lifetime users, there's only a certain amount of slots because I don't want to be offering like 300 people lifetime access, and then all of a sudden, you know, I owe them my whole body for no Diddy. I owe them my whole body for the rest of my life. I don't want to owe you my body. Yeah, okay, please. I like peace. Yeah. So look here, boom. So this is the Neo dynamic support and resistance, which replicates what we had on Neo on MT4, which was the turncoats and stuff like that. Yeah. Which we had the verified levels, the turncoat, and even the update with Neo that all lifetime users got the update. Once I released this TradingView version, I gave them the update on Neo. So they have all the new support and resistance, all the FEGs as well. So they can make money as well from that. Okay. So straight away, you can see on the monthly, we have a monthly turncoat here. So we have price action that's created a support level, and it's created a breakthrough of the support level and created another so it had a support level, then it had a resistance level above. So I'm trying to show you here. So it's here. So it had a resistance level here, and it had a support level, and it broke through that resistance level and created another support level here. So we had a turncoat level here. Look how precise. Let's just get rid of this ear babe for now. Look how precise, people. Yeah. Look at this golden dust. Look. So it just bounced off of here this month in October, and boom, straight all the way up. Cool. All right, so I look at the monthly time frame to see if it's got its support. It has a turncoat there. Great, so that's fine. I go to the weekly time frame now, and this is where I've been trading. My birthday was October the 1st, so I started trading from here when I started seeing this, because now I see that there's a weekly support coming in from down here. There was a weekly support. Sorry, it was here. Yeah, it was here. Sorry. So let's see here. A turncoat is when a resistance turns into a support, or a support turns into resistance. Turncoat. So it literally turns round. You can even Google it, it'll come up. It's just when price action turns a support into a resistance, or a resistance into a support. That's what a turncoat is. Yeah. So here, boom, you can see as soon as this support was formed here, remember, I know now the monthly has a support. Neo showed me that. I know now Neo has shown me the weekly has a support. That's what this green ray is here. Yeah. Boom. So now I'm starting to look for my trade setups. Okay. What did we see forming from here, guys and girls, when this week closed? What happened?
Bullish.
There we go. So now I know the monthly's kicking into play. Think of it like it's just gears in a car. Yeah, just gears in a car. I see the monthly's kicked into play. I see the weekly's kicked into play. I'm like, all right, cool. There's no problem. Let's move on. Yeah. Then I go down to the daily. Remember, this is getting all done automatically for you. So when I go down to the daily now, yeah, from this month here, now I've started to get excited because this is exactly where I got in my first time. Because I see that now we know the second leg has to form, and I'm seeing it starting to form here. So when I've seen this one here, this is when I got my first one. I'm like, hold on a second. Boom, if we go here, and then we go back to the 4 hour, yeah, where are we? So get this back here. Let's just move this here so we can see more M's and W's. Boom. So what do we see here? Right here. What's that, people? What's this here?
Yeah, the second leg.
Look, you see, are you not seeing how beautiful this trade was? You see, this is what I prefer. I'm doing the same thing that the scalpers asked me, but I'm doing on higher time frame because you're getting the bigger trades. It's that simple. Do you understand? And then boom, what do we get here? We get a 4.8 hour trade. I can show you my profits of the trade that I made here. I just took it on a singular account. Couldn't give it out as a signal to people. Couldn't give it out as I put it on my prop accounts, because why? I've just created the system to play around with the logic and the ideals of what I've always been learning and teaching myself from Forex. These M's and W's and these second legs is not something I just raw out of thin air. I've been looking at this for like 4 to 5 years now. It's only now I've been able to find this way of putting it together for everybody here. Do you understand? Because of my logic. And it's to do with my support and resistance is why I've also managed to find this like perfectionate way of doing it. You understand? But look here, 4.8 R in that trade. Okay, cool. We move on. Yeah, let's keep going on. So remember, we're already bullish on the weekly, monthly. We already know that. We were bullish on the weekly, but we need to come back to the weekly now because obviously that was that week there. Price action closed. That was a 4.8 trade. Cool. Let's close this one here and go back to where we were. Okay. So the next week we actually closed bearish, but remember, we know that this week closed as a W forming. So we know that the middle part of the W has to form. That's why price action pulled back here. You see, people? This is why price action pulled back here. I can oh man, this is scary. I'm just laughing while I was even all right, cool. We knew it had to pull back here. So we go down to the daily and all of that. You don't even want to be in it here because you already know what's going to happen next. We're going to start to get the second leg of the M that's forming here on the daily chart because it's got to pull back on the weekly. You understand? We know that. We've already got the first entry from here. Cool. Yeah. Sorry, somebody I think put a question there or something. It's not more selling body, Martin, no more. Yeah. All right, cool. I can't. This is why when people are telling me, can I get the like free update from MT4 to this? I'm like, I respect everybody that did pay for MT4. And I remember I've been giving out signals on MT4 of Neo. I've given out multiple Zoom calls for over a year, at least even 2 years I did this for. It's all there in the from when people joined Neo and MT4. All the trades I gave out, all the learning, everything. But I'm like, I've put so much money into this and so much time. You can't blame me for trying to monetize this thing because this is crazy what I'm showing you here. I don't know anyone else to show you this. You just, yeah, I'm telling you, please. So look, boom, same thing. We know the pullback's going to happen, but after the pullback's happening, what are we waiting for? Waiting for the new stuff to kick in. So that weekly candle closes. We didn't even need to trade there because we got to wait for this to form anyway. Now we can see that this has formed. Yeah, great. What's going to form next? Lo and behold, as soon as this started forming, this is when I started telling the VIPs that we're looking for trade setups, yeah? From here, I started telling them more and more that we're looking for GJ buys. Get ready for it, yeah? Cool. We go down to the daily chart again, yeah? We can already see that this second leg has closed here, so we have to wait. We have to wait. Boom, boom, boom. Second leg, boom, boom, boom. Here. As soon as the W started forming here, now we know, remember, the weekly has now, go back to the weekly. Pay attention, people. The weekly has started to form its second leg. This candle has now closed. This is the next week, Monday. This is when I told every single trader in the VIP group, and we all made money off of this, and anyone I traded the accounts as well, they can see as soon as this W started to form, boom. Now we know we're looking for our trade setup because if the second leg is closed and the W is forming, price can only do what? It can only do this. Whether or not it's going to go all the way to the moon, we don't know yet, but we got to assume that because we took this trade based off the monthly time frame. So it's got to do something, you know what I mean? But this is what it's got to do next. And this is when I gave out this trade, and this is how we was able to make the money off of this trade setup. And then if you pay attention to one pair doing it, GBP, JPY, more than likely the other JPYs are going to be doing the same thing. So I managed to throw AJ in there as well. So AJ actually wasn't ready. It was in the middle of the weekly pullback. No, sorry, it just finished the weekly pullback, but I was trying to guess the weekly second leg or the weekly W forming for the continuation of this move. So if you look at here, this was our trade setup from here. Boom. And even if you held the trade to now, so remember you made 4.R in this week here, 4.8R in this week here. This was the first week. You didn't trade the second week. I believe it was the second to the third week, but you traded the fourth week, or you didn't trade the second week, and then you traded the third week. Boom. And there you go. And that's how you made 2 setups. That alone, remember, that's 4.R. If you're making 1% per risk to reward on that, that's 4% gain you've made there. You don't need to worry about what's happening in here. This, now can you see the question you asked there? Range in markets. I think this will answer a bit more of your question. This is when you're getting range in markets because why? Price action is in the pullback stage. It's only going to break out when what happens? What is going to tell you a breakout is more than likely going to happen, people, from what I've just shown you here. What is Neo gonna show you? What is gonna happen? Yeah, what's gonna happen, Mohammed? I told you for lifetime. You said how much will it be? Who want this magic for lifetime? For lifetime access is 600 GBP. That's what it is, and there's only 26 slots left for that. And you can pay in 2 payments of 300 for that. I'm trying to be fair with people as well. I don't expect people to just be like, "Hey, I got £600, man. Let me just throw that at you." You can pay in 2 installments of that, so you can pay 1 month, you can pay the next month. You understand? It makes it easier for the trader if you just want to be done because you do have the money. You understand? Because I'm updating it constantly as well, people. This update only came out this weekend. I did this update while I was actually away with the missus. I was actually away with my wife. I was away with her, and even though I was away with her, she was like hugging me and everything, and I was still coding for you guys and girls, like getting it all sorted. You understand? I was like telling the team, listen, do this, no, move that code there, do this, put this here. You understand? Because I wanted this out because you can see how good this is.
So is it safe to say that last M that's forming is probably gonna sell to that low?
This one here. Yeah.
Right, it's gonna go all the way to that last low.
Yeah, it'll more than likely go down to at least, let's say, the low of this daily candle here. It could do that. Do you understand? It could do that. But remember,
No, I wasn't talking about that
what
daily. I was talking about that last right to the left.
this
One
one
more.
here.
No, one
This
more
one
to the
here.
left.
This one
Right.
here. You
No, no,
clicking here?
no. The green one in
The
the middle
green, the green one in the
where it says
middle.
low. Right. One more
Oh,
left.
this
Yes.
this low here, yeah.
Right.
So you're thinking, will this one go to this low here? Yeah? Is that what you're thinking? This sell, would it go to this low? Is that what you're trying to say? Or you're thinking this M forming will go all the way to this low?
Correct. That last one you just said.
Yeah, this one here. No, I wouldn't say that because remember, you got to have the logic of what you're trading here, and the logic of what you're trading is from a higher time frame to a lower time frame. So because you're trading a higher time frame, that pullback doesn't have to go all the way to there. Remember, we're still looking at a monthly setup here, and the monthly candle hasn't closed yet. Do you see it? So when the monthly
Oh, I
candle
see what you're
closes,
saying.
what do you see the play? You see the play now. You see
That's
it.
too low. Yeah, that's way too low.
You see, it's way too low. So you see the play. So when the monthly candle closes, this is how November could be a pullback candle on GJ, yeah, to create what? A December to the moon. Do you see it?
The HH.
If that's what it wants to be. But I don't think it will create that now because obviously we've got an M forming here, we've got a low here, and we still need the second leg of the M to form first. So November could be the second leg of the M. Sorry, my bad, it could be. And then the W forming will start again from here in December. You see? So November will be the pullback month. Do you see my point? And then December can be the W forming again before it does the second leg. And maybe January will be the second leg. But in January, don't be shocked if JPY GJ just starts flying again. Do you understand? Literally. Because look here. If I'm like, look, remember this is a monthly chart, people. This is why I laugh when I'm saying I just laugh at this is monthly, people. When everyone's a flipping witness this is the monthly time frame. If I'm making crap up here, what the hell?
Right. It's creating lower highs for
Do you
sure.
see it? Yeah, it's creating the higher lows. That's what you mean for the bias. Is that what you mean? Sorry.
Yes, exactly. No,
Yeah,
no, no. Thank you. Yes, that's what I
yeah,
mean. Higher.
exactly. Do you understand? You understand? Hold on 1 second. So it's just people calling my phone. Yeah. So do you get exactly what I'm saying to you there? You understand? It's literally doing that. Literally doing that. This is a madness, people. I can't. But look, I've put together code and it's pinpointed that buy. I can't make this up for fun. Is what I'm trying to tell you, people. Like it's crazy. Look. This is 2023. Do you see it? So now you're in a madness, and this is what I'm trying to tell you. Follow the higher. This one following the higher time frame. Do you understand? So I'm not waiting for a monthly second leg, but I tell you this, people, the second leg of the monthly, it happens. It seems to happen like every. Remember what I told you? There's a mid-month reversal, mid-week reversal, mid-day reversal. You see, all of it's the logic from what I've learned over the years. But I'm giving it to you, trying to give it to people as an ABC display on the chart as much as I can without trying to make it complicated. But trading is complex, and no matter how easy you make it, you've got to kind of put your efforts into getting it better unless you just take signals from someone that's willing to sit there all day. Do you know what I mean when I say that? Yeah, you got to kind of learn something. You can't kind of just say, oh, because this is all there, I don't need to know anything else. No, you still got to understand M's and W's are being formed and at least take a week of your time to understand an M and a W. Do you get what I'm saying when I say that? People like, you got to do
Right.
something. You got to put some legwork in, is what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, cool. Anyway, let's just see the next question here. Sorry. The man's probably going to have new prime minister who's in favor of weaker JPY. We'll see what happens because JPY has been going mad. But yeah, if so, obviously the elections, you're right. They're in 5 to 6 days. So yeah. But yeah, this is the whole point of what I'm saying here. It just continuously does this thing. Do you understand? Constantly, constantly, constantly. And this is what you do. So again, what I was saying is that the monthly time frame seems to do this every month. So do you remember during summer, you saw the US AU, GU, EU doing mad buys? We even caught one of them in the VIPs. We caught a mad buy on GU and EU, specifically EU. EU bought up like 300 pips almost. It's why every single time you notice there's like a quarter period in the year well, there'll be a selective set of pairs, maybe the USDs or the JPYs or the CADs or whatever, they'll do a mad move. It's because the monthly time frame is caught up to a second leg. So you get it. So now the lower time frames are going to start doing erratic buys, erratic sells, crazy moves. Do you get what I'm saying? But now you can see all of this. So whatever you're doing, remember, I'm starting from the monthly time frame. So when I'm seeing that, all I'm doing is this, guys and girls. I want you to know. This is why Neo automatically does this for you. I can see the trend on the monthly time frame. So the monthly is ready to buy because it's telling me a monthly lower low has been formed based on the calculations of Neo. I can see that the weekly is ready to buy. Boom, boom, boom. Obviously, the daily's in a pullback, but I can see that the 4 hours also ready to buy as well. Do you understand? So this gives me a better definition of price action buying. And what you've seen, look, all of this is bullish. I can't make this up. All of this was bullish, basically. What is the monthly candle doing, guys? Guys, what's the monthly candle doing?
Yeah, it's a bullish candle.
And it's been like this from before it was that high. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And then even if you go to this is another pair. Look at New Zealand. This is what Alex made 250K on. If he held this trade, yeah, he would have made like 3 million if he held this trade. But boy, look at GU. It's the same thing. So this one's starting to now fight back. So obviously, what I've told people is that because of fetching data from higher time frames, coding becomes very complex. It's not something that can just be done like, oh, just do this, just do that. You've got to make loads of lines of coding for it to read it absolutely accurately. And that's what takes time. So what I've told people is that the best thing to use this dashboard here at the bottom on is on the daily time frame. That seems to just pick up the coding properly. So it might take some time for it to load sometimes, as you see this one here. It's gone to a high. You just got to give it a second to load. It's got to give it a second to load. It will kick into play. So now, yeah, what you need to do is you just need to be patient with that. And this is why I didn't make the M and W form in multi-time frame anymore, because you're getting the 100% accurate signal from it. But you can see here it changed, yeah? So you just got to give it a second to load as well. Because when you start fetching data on TradingView, it gets very complicated. I'm telling you, it's trying to read. It's like you saying, is the weekly, let's say I'm trying to think if the weekly M or W has formed its second leg, but the weekly candle hasn't closed yet. So obviously it's not going to tell you it's going to tell you it's forming, if that makes sense. It's going to go on and off because it hasn't closed yet. Do you understand? So when you're doing multi-time frame stuff, it gets a bit difficult like that. But obviously over time, I'll get it better and better for you guys and girls. That's why it's an ongoing service. And I'm always there to be able to help you guys and girls. And plus I teach you how to do this manually as well using Neo, and the products tools are there. But this is to try and get it quicker for you guys and girls. Very simple. So you can see even GBP New Zealand, this was another one that we bought from here. As soon as it broke this daily turncoat here, which is also a weekly turncoat. Here, these are turncoats as well, even these levels here. These are just like stronger ones, the yellow ones. Yeah. Where is it? It was this candle here. Let's go back down here. Sorry, people. Just want to show you guys and girls quickly. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, let's mark this here. Boom. So I like to see when weekly resistance or supports have been broken. So then they become turncoats, but they're like weaker ones. So you can see here there was a weekly resistance here, this gray line. This one was broken with this candle at that time. I'll even mark it out here for you with a line like this. You can change your multi-time frame if you want to on the lower time frame, but I just prefer to keep my stuff simple. I don't mind doing a little bit of legwork sometimes. So here, look, boom. you can see this is when it broke it. As soon as it broke it on this Tuesday, I told everybody to look for an entry that GN can buy as well. Yeah, I didn't give it out as a specific signal with an entry, take profit, and stop loss because I was still doing the data calculations and coding Neo. But I did tell people that GN could buy. The proof of that's in the Neo VIP group. It was the I think it was GJ that gave the specific one that time. Can't remember because I was still coding. I can't specifically remember. But again, this information is all transparent. Once you join, you can scroll up and it's there. So anyway, now, boom, you can see here straight away, second leg of the W was forming here because we know it has to after it broke this turncoat, which was also a Neo on MT4 turncoat, this area, and the weekly area, boom. The second leg of the W was forming and this was a big trade, boom. So this trade was able to get me some profits. And then now, the trade that Alex took that made him 250K, look what happened here. You had your W forming here. So from when the W was forming here, trying to see this pull back Thursday, boom. You can see this was Thursday and this was going into the Monday. Pay attention, people. Yeah. Then you had the pullback. Yeah. I'm trying to see. Was it this one here? Give me a second, people. Sorry. Yeah, it was this week. It was this one here. I'm trying to remember the week he took the trade. This one, this one. This was the week I took this one. Yeah, it was next week. Boom. It was here. This is what Alex took. So you see, this is why even the trade Alex was in, it was good that he came out of it. Sorry. But if he held it, he would have made more money because look, he was here. Boom. But why was this trade risky? Because even in Asian session, there was a odd news and it bought up mad. So if he actually held it, he still would have made decent profits with this buy here. And it took out this liquidity high, obviously, as we can see here. So it was a good move, but it was the middle. This is why you definitely didn't want to be in it because it was the middle of the M and you know that what's going to happen. It's going to pull back again. But now, just waiting patiently. Remember, look at this dashboard. It's telling you, hey, look for trade. Look for trade. Yeah? In front of me, we're going to go to the higher time frame after. But look here, boom. Look at the daily entry here. Let's get rid of this. So remember, we made money here. Patiently wait. You wait for your setup. You know, everything's in line. You go to the monthly time frame again. Look. Monthly time frame. The second leg of an M. You go to the weekly time frame. Second leg of an M has formed here. You understand? Now you go to your daily time frame. Yeah. And where's the second leg of the M? Was it this one here? Let's go weekly. Let's make sure. Yeah, this was the 30th for there. Boom. So give me a second. Go back to the daily. So we know there. So any second legs of M's, W's, my bad, is what you want to be trading. So obviously we caught this one here. And then when you just waited. You didn't even have to do nothing, guys and girls. You just have to wait. I'm going to add alerts to this as well for everyone there. Just bear with me. I'm going to add alerts to Neo. Remember, this is telling you the patterns, the last 3 ones, so you know when it's coming in. And then look, boom. So it's telling you the second to last entry was the second leg. Here. Boom. As soon as this one happened, you got in here again. And look, this was another 300 pip trade. But can you see how I'm using the higher time frames and how it seems it's just a lot more easier and clearer to use like that? And remember, look, even here as well, this is what gives you more confluence of your trade. So just so people know, you can see the supports. Look how many daily supports were formed here. 1, 2. So you had a double daily support here. Yeah, you even had another one from here. I know that. If you change the setting, you can get more. Yeah. You even had that. Also, Neo has breaks of structure in there. You had a turncoat here as well. This one, remember, okay? We got in from here. Look, boom. We got in from here. We got in from this candle here. I'm just going to mark this out for you guys and girls. Boom. And then go to the weekly. And then when we go to the weekly, is this here? I'm confused. What's going on here? Yeah, boom. So you can see here, price action even broke another at this point here. It broke through this one here. This was the buy. Yeah, no, sorry. This was the same weekly turncoat that was there from before. So you can see it broke this one here straight through. So when it broke this acted as a break, retest, continuation based on the weekly. These are strong levels. So when price action breaks through them, it's more than likely going to pull back in. It's going to either pull back to the top or the bottom, and it's going to go. But again, you don't have to guess. Can anybody tell me why you don't have to guess if it's going to do the move off of this turncoat, this resistance that turned into support? Why don't you have to guess if you're using Neo? Please tell me.
That M gonna pop up. That M first leg.
Or which one? Obviously, we're looking for buys, so it's going to not be an M. What else will pop up? Just so it's clear for the users. If we're looking for buys, yes, it'll be a W this time. Do you understand? You don't have to wait. You don't have to. I'm sorry. You don't have to guess. That's what I'm
Well,
trying to
the
tell
reason
you.
why I said an M is because
It's
it's
the
gonna pull
pullback.
back down.
Exactly,
Okay.
sir. Yeah, you're absolutely right with that. Exactly. Do you understand? So when the M's finish, then you wait for the W, you fly in. Do you understand? Okay, that's cool. I've shown you currency pairs now. I've shown you the support and resistance on Neo. I've shown you the obviously this is the trend dashboard with the structural. So this lets me know the higher time frames are creating support or resistance. So it's letting me know if it's in sync. So obviously if you're getting a monthly support, weekly support now forming after the monthly, daily support, is it not telling you a trend is forming? Yes or no, people?
Yes, yes.
Literally, and that's what I'm following. Couple that with the M's and W's. So the M's and W's tell you when to get in. It says, hold on, hold fire, hold fire. Now go. You understand? It gets so much better. And you can see, you start to see more of the ease of what this is. So it doesn't just look like a craziness on the chart all the time. Okay. Boom. What else? So now let's just switch this off. Yeah. This indicator here, we'll leave this one for now. But basically, it's based on price action showing you where strong impulses are in the market. And obviously, if price action breaks back through and closes back through that impulse level, as you can see exactly here as well on this buy, it's telling you that obviously buys are kicking in. So this is telling you here buys were here before, and anything below this level is clearly sells. So if buys go back through this level, what's going to happen? It's going to continue with the buy. So this basically uses the ADR to check the amount of pressure, the amount of pips in a candle in a day. In any time frame you look at, that's how I've managed to set it up. It tells you it's supposed to be based on a daily, but obviously if you go to the weekly chart, it'll tell you how many pips in the weekly candle was big enough to create an ADR level. So one push, one times its value, basically. So one times a week's worth of ADR on that pair was this buy, and that's why this was a strong level here. So obviously, again, as you can see, it went through it. Boom, price action now obviously continued to buy. You see the same thing here as well. This peak formation high and peak formation low. So this peak formation high that was here, price broke through it again. You can see it directly as it just bought straight above it. So when you start to couple this with M's and W's second legs, it starts to make sense now. Because you can even see here, look, when price action did this and it went back up towards this level, but created the second leg, we saw a sell. When it did this, this wasn't the buy yet, because obviously we know it needs to pull back. And then now when it's gone to here, we can see the continuation of the buy. I haven't even used this peak formation indicator with the M's and W's yet as well. That's how mad it is, because I created it before I created this M and W zigzag indicator. So even after the Zoom, I'm gonna go back and have a little play with it, and I'm gonna just be like, oh my god, you know what I mean? But that is the point of it. So you don't have to worry about this indicator too much for now, but you can. I might push this in later on for people to be able to say, okay, look how you can even spot crucial areas of where the market can break through, or if a strong order has been also made. So that's just for that. But again, you get this in the trading suite. But as you see, from everything I've taught you now, you didn't even need to worry about this. So this is why you don't see certain things on my chart no more. So we switch this one off. Obviously you've got FVGs, you've got FVGs and supply and demand as well. But the supply and demand, I still got to tweak with that a little bit more. But for the FVGs, obviously FVGs are based on the free candle setup. If you're not aware of what FVGs are, you can always join the VIP. You can even ask me in the free area. There's a lot of people that will be able to tell you what an FVG is. You know, once there's three candles, 1, 2, 3, and the middle candle has any type of space between the wick where it closed, the first candle, and the lowest or highest point of the third wick, that space in the middle candle is where, if once the three candles have closed, 1, 2, 3, the middle candle will now create an FEG. That's what FEGs are. And they're places where the market can go back to for buy and sell orders again for continuations of moves. But looking at this, the FEG is the logic based on trading. But compare it to the peak formation indicator. I don't know about anybody else, but this peak formation indicator is looking very stronger than FEGs right now from what I'm showing you. It's looking crazy right now. You know what I mean? So if you couple these types of things together, you can see how you start to get like an ultimate trading suite. Do you understand? But this is once you know more about the market. You don't need this to make money, because I've already shown you how you can just use the simple M's and W's alone. And then if you couple the M's and W with the trend, yeah, the structural trend build, then it's even good for you. But if you start adding more and more of these things, this is how you can get to a point where you might be like, hold on, this trade could be a 500 pip trade. Do you understand? But you don't need to start with that right now. Let's not jump or run before we walk. So with me saying all of that stuff at the moment, does anybody have any other questions on Neo so far? So obviously I've gone through quite a few things here, and I feel like I really wanted to showcase the M's and W's. Sorry, go ahead.
So, John, quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you're looking at probably taking a buy from the second leg of the W,
Yep.
and probably at the same point you have a turncoat, would you consider the previous candle's low as your stop loss, or the low of the turncoat as your stop loss?
That's a great question. Thank you for that question. That's actually a very good question. So what I would say to you is this is what I'm doing. So, okay, I don't use a stop loss. Cool. But I'm not crazy. I'm not going to just hold the trade to kingdom come, because obviously they can just blow your account. So my thing would be the high or the low, just like we spoke about previously, is a good place for people to just kind of get in and feel comfortable, because it's the simple rule of thumb in Forex. But for me, I would look to see if price action is going to break that turncoat as well. Do you understand? Because a typical example of that, this is a great one. So when I started to show people the M's and W's, yeah, this is a perfect example here of exactly what you said there, NZD CAD, yeah? So NZD CAD, we was in this trade. This was before I had the M's and W's finished, and I took this trade, literally. So I was kind of bugged, because as soon as I switched this on, after I was like, no wonder, yeah? I've taken the buy from this week here. But obviously, why straight away? Why do you think the buy turned to a loser on this week here? I've taken a buy from this week here. Look at it. Look at it.
Yes.
But why
So
do you think it turned to a loser?
Yeah, that was the beginning of the second, towards the second leg of the W.
Do you see? So can you see how the problem started to kick in? All right, cool. Now I'm going to show you this as well. So obviously I didn't panic, because I know price action has to form the second leg of the W. So boom. Now you see there's a turncoat when I switch on the support and resistance for Neo. Okay. So when price action was hovering around this level, I was just wanted to see if price action will break this. This is when I would have said, you know what, I gotta let this trade go and just suck up the loser. Do you understand? But you can see how this week it never did that. You see? Let's get rid of this.
Yes.
You can see how it just bounced into it. Remember, this turncoat was here before this candle starts, pardon me, selling back into this turncoat. It was here. Do you understand? So I knew, because of that, this is where my ultimate stop loss was. That if it starts going through here, I gotta let this go, because it's looking a bit scary now. Do you understand? Maybe they want to do a slant in W, yeah? But it didn't do that. So basically, as soon as price action came here, boom, and this is when I got in on the bad candle here. As soon as it started coming up here into the next week, where was it, the Monday, and it came back up to this level here, I closed out with like 0.15% loss, or 0.10, something ridiculous. It wasn't even nothing big. So I said, okay, now let me close out, because the second leg of the W hasn't formed yet, and I don't know how long the high on the weekly wants to pull down for before it creates the second leg of the W. You see? So that answers your question there, hopefully. So that I would use the turncoats as my ultimate stop loss, but I would use the high and low as like, okay, I need to be paying attention to this trade because it's going against me. Does that make sense? Because remember, I'm not
100%.
using a stop loss. Okay, cool. Cool. No worries at all. Anybody else have any questions there as well, please?
Yeah, wait.
Feel
So
free.
on this pair,
Yeah.
on this actual pair, you know, when like if you do a replay, I'm assuming that dashboard where it says bearish, did it say bullish on it, or did it say bearish?
What, here at the time? Hold on a
Yeah,
second.
at that time, did it say it was
Yeah, so we're on a daily.
bullish?
Let's go here. Hold on. Give me a second. Let's take it back further so it can reconfigure itself as well. Yeah, boom. So let's see when I actually entered this pair. Boom. Boom. There you go. You see what the dashboard said? So this was the Monday, I believe. Should be right. This was the Monday and we entered on the Tuesday. Okay, this was the Friday. Wait. Here was the Monday, and then we entered on the Tuesday. See, you see? All of it was lined up, you see. So this is why I was more confident to take it. Do you see? I was more confident. The monthly saying bearish, but I'm not too sure if that's having a multi-time frame issue or not. So what I just do is I double check for now. This is the EMA, so this is why you see me sometimes I still got the EMA on my chart. You see here? So you can see it is above the daily EMA and more than likely the weekly and everything. But don't worry about it. It doesn't matter about the monthly, because we can still get strength from the weekly chart, because still a weekly time frame. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cool. So anyway, now, boom. So you can see this is why I told us at the time, the guys and girls in the group, I was like, yeah, signal for the buy setup. The only issue that was the problem here, is because we didn't, at the time of me telling us to enter that, we didn't have the M&W finder to show us that, hey, this is a W form in here. And it's so funny because they just use news to go grab the previous week's high before, obviously they haven't bought it yet, but you get my drift. They just use the previous week's high, grab the previous week's high with a buy. So we're like, oh yeah, it's going into like some type of profit, 20 pips, whatever. And then as soon as it touched that New York session, do you understand? It just went all the way down straight away. Because why, guys and girls? We were in the middle part of a weekly W. Can you see how important the pattern is?
Yeah.
Can you see how important it is? You see, so this, no matter what time frame you're trading, even if you're scalping, and when you watch back this video, it's the same logic. If you want to scalp a 1 minute chart, don't start trading in the middle of a 15-minute MOW. Do you get what I'm saying? It don't make sense. Wait for the 15-minute to get ready to create a second leg and then go to the 1 minute chart to find your entry. You're gonna, if you do that 10 times in a row, you more than likely win. Like I would say between 5 and 6 of your trades, if not more. Do you understand? For a quick scalp, like you're gonna win more. You gotta wait, and that's why I created the M&W thing. Because the biggest problem we have is, what do they always tell us in forex? Every guru is gonna tell you patience. But what the hell does that mean? What the hell does it mean? What does patience mean? Nobody. Okay, I'm showing you what patience mean. Or wait for the M second leg, or wait for the W second leg. That gives you your patience. You understand? And now you can set forward into the trade. This trading suite is giving you your point of saying this is the optimum position for you to possibly get in. You understand? Whether or not it's going to win, it's always still going to be a risk, but it gives you that. How you make it better for yourself is adapting it with trend. And this is why I added the 50 EMA. Do you understand? You understand? To give you the trend. This is why I added the lower lows and the higher lows to form. So now you're starting to see that, hey, this has some type of trend. So I might make individual indicator. I remember I can do so much for us guys and girls. This is why I made it a monthly service. I don't want it to be where it's just like, oh, it's a one-stop shop, yeah, but I don't want it to be like you're just limited. You're not limited here. You can scalp day or swing. But again, over time, the more people that invest, the more I can put into it. I can have the same setup that you can see here with this monthly, weekly signal and all of that. I can have it where it's individual, so it's not multi-time frame. Do you understand? Or I have it where, yeah, to keep it simple, it's just individual. So now you can just have two charts open beside each other, and you'll be able to see, oh, the 15-minute has created a lower low or a higher low or whatever you need it to be. And then you can also see the EMAs in trend with that one. So basically, you've got the 15-minute in a good trend and the 1 minute. And now that's the best time to check. So maybe you don't take the first second leg M on the 15-minute chart. You take the second one because it makes sense, because of the trend as well as in play. You see, this is how I'm basically trying quick more and more to get you more accuracy in the market if you're struggling. And that's what Neo's trying to do for you. And over time, I'm trying to make it more clean, so much more clean, where it's just like, bingo. As soon as this just says one green circle, enter the damn trade. Does that make sense? If it's one red circle, enter the trade. But for now, you're seeing the logic of it all, the understanding, the idea. And that's what I'm showing you here from the showcase of this product to obviously giving you hopefully a bit of teaching about it as well. Does that make sense?
100%.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming for this one, you would have wanted to take it where that W second leg closed, right?
Right here. And we haven't got it yet, though. But guess what, guys and girls? If we go over to the weekly chart, oh, and then we close this, what do we see forming here now, people?
W second leg. So that means
So,
if you go to the daily chart,
what we're going to do, thank you very much, sir. Oh, look
you
at
would be
this here.
wanting to see a W forming, right?
Oh my gosh. What you got to do? This is why I create this as well, because I don't have to sit around waiting to tell you guys and girls how to trade anymore. I just got to show you how it works. That's why I did the Zoom again. You understand? I'm telling you, the more and more I do this, and now I'm at a point where I can easily start to do live Zoom calls. Do you understand? I'm just waiting for something else to kick into play as well. So my setup is more comfortable for me to be able to do the live Zoom calls. But I can start doing that. Do you understand? Why not? Because all we're going to do is wait. Obviously, this is the M second leg, so it's got to do the first bit, the middle bit, and then boom. Do you understand? There you
Yeah,
go.
W second leg, and then you
And
take
then
the trade.
now you're starting to look for whether or not it's going to buy all the way to the top or not. We don't know. We don't know yet, but we know it's going to do something. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're
Yeah,
going to
so
know
when
it's going
that
to do
W
something.
second leg comes, you basically take the trade.
Now you're looking for the trade setup. Do you understand it? But trend is against you here. Remember that the trend is not in your favor just yet. So what I would do, yeah, based on how I trade, is I wait for this one to form. Then maybe the weekly is going to start to form a W second leg soon. Let's just say this is a weekly second leg. Yeah. And now I'm going to look for my daily second leg entry in here. Do you see?
So when it
Because I wanted to
retests,
push.
right?
You see the play. You see the play.
Yeah. So when it retests that, where is it? A weekly support?
Yeah, this is a daily because I'm on a daily. This is a daily, but it could create a weekly one when it gets up there. Does that make sense? It could
Yeah.
create one. So, but I don't need to worry about anything. I just need for it all to line up. It's not lining up yet between here and the M's and W's. It's not lining up yet. So what does John do? Put this pair to the back burner. When it lines up, bring it to the forefront. Simple. Do you get it, people? I'm not expecting everyone to be a pro, but there's no way if you don't join the Neo VIP group and like you're not gonna understand this over time. Like I tell everyone, the first month it's just for you to get your feet. You're just dipping your feet in. It's just getting a little bit wet. You understand? Simple. But before you know, you're gonna be like Michael Phelps. You're gonna be swimming through this just like no problem because you're gonna know how to trade it. You understand? You're just gonna see the pattern. And this is the whole point of what I've told people, even the old Neo users, you need to get this because this is something I can easily stick by. We can all, there's nothing I did here that was like make believe, if that makes sense to you. It's not like me saying, oh, look, this is fancy. No, you can all see the logic of it. It's right in front of your face. You know what I mean? You can see it. It's right there. You just wait for the higher time frame to kick in, go lower. Sorry, go ahead, mate. Sorry.
So you can do this on US 100 as well, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, let's go. This is the point of the Zoom. Let's have fun, people. Let's not look.
Oh
Look,
shit.
it's
Wait, so that means that's a daily chart. So on the
look at the
weekly,
dashboard. Look at the dashboard. Exactly, but we can already see the higher time frames are kicking in.
oh
Look
yeah, it's bullish.
from the dashboard from the bottom. Look, go to the weekly. Boom. Look,
Oh
a
damn.
W starting to form. You see a W starting. So the second leg's already closed. It's closed. W
So
starting to
that
form.
means you take the trade, right? For this one.
Yeah, but the only reason
Is
I haven't is because it's near an all-time high. So I'm not trading them desperately.
oh
Gold,
okay.
all of these, so they're sketchy now because at some point, probably US elections, this could just go. You understand?
Yeah.
But then when it does that, what are we gonna do? We're just gonna sit back, wait for the support or resistance to form. Yeah. We're gonna wait for the EMA trend to kick into play. And then we're just gonna wait for our M's and W's and we're just gonna enter the trade. We're gonna follow them.
Yeah.
That's it. But for now, I'm not trading these because now this becomes now you have to be bigger than just what an indicator is showing you. The logic is that yes, it will keep buying, but people is at an all-time high. There's no indicator that's going to start to give you perfect perception of what's going on here. You have to wait. Other pairs are lower. They've got years of history going back that can still hit support and resistance levels. This gold, they're all in somewhere very weird. And obviously, it's not nice to say, but the war between Palestine and Israel, it's like there's a lot going on. So don't just chill trading those for now or as much until you see a nice setup and then go into something else. I gave these trades out for winners. It's all in the signal group. Once you join and you join the signal group, scroll up. It was either this one. I gave out DAX. I remember DAX German 30 basically. But look, it's the same thing. Look, W second leg. If I'm lying, I'm flying, people. Look, if you entered from here and held this, you would have been in mad profits on the weekly chart. Yes, it did this pullback, but that's because the M was forming. Do you understand? But you don't come out until the second leg has hit. Look, if you held it to the second leg, look, boom,
Wait, how many points was that from that W second leg?
look, yeah, boom, 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 boom,
Oh
boom, boom.
shit.
Yeah, that's 20,000.
Yeah, I can't know, that's bang.
That's like 2,000 pips. You get.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It's bang. It's stupid, people. Like I'm not just showing you something for no reason. This M and W thing you're seeing in front of you, I've been trying to create this for like 5 years. And to show proof of that, I've got a YouTube video that shows you I was talking about trying to how to figure these out using EMAs as well. And I was actually using EMAs at the time that was showing it. Do you understand? I've got it. It's all there in my YouTube videos from 2020. It's not something I just built over one day. That's why I'm like, no, people don't understand. Like this is crazy what I've built here right now. You understand? Crazy. So yeah, it's a madness. So yeah. So any other questions, people? Just so I know before I put
Hi,
the
John.
Zoom
Sorry,
thing.
I've got a
Yeah, go
question.
ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still on the same instrument, US 100. You know where it says, I get a bit confused, where it says, far to the
Yeah.
right hand side, where it says W forming second
Yeah.
last. No,
Right
no,
here.
to the
Oh,
right.
this one.
No,
This one
no,
here.
extreme right on the chart.
This one right here. This one here.
Keep going to the right hand side.
To the right. There's no more on the right.
No, no, the print.
The print, you said. Are you talking about this?
Yeah, wait, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Where it says okay, it says latest W forming and then second and then the third last one low. So where it says low, I know after W forming it should be M. So with this one, I get a bit confused. I know it's quite bullish, yeah.
Yeah.
So because it says third last low, is that third last low? Does it refer to
It's
W?
this one here. It's right
No,
here.
no, on the print.
Yeah, on the print, this low is this one here. Yeah, it's this one here, literally. So why it shows you this is so that you can just be able to, you can see, it's like, imagine it, remember, it's a rolling pattern, M's, M's, W's. It's a rolling print. It's always going to do an M and a W. But before it finishes the pattern, it's got to have a middle point. The middle point is the low or the high. Do you understand? It's always going to be a low or high. Every time an M's forming, you're going to get a low straight after it. Every time a W's forming, you're going to get a high straight after it. You see? So that's why it shows you the last three. So it shows you, so you know when it's kicking in, it's about to start the new pattern. So remember, obviously we know this is extremely bullish. So we're only looking for W patterns, especially it's above an EMA as well. We're only looking for W patterns. So you're going to start to see it on this. Imagine it like rolling around like what's that? You know those wheels that roll around, basically. So you're going to see that. So now it says W forming, the latest. So the next one is going to form here. This is going to go to 2, and here's going to be high. That's the next thing that's going to appear here. Do you understand? So it's going to go, this W will move down, it will say high here. Then eventually that W will move to the last one, and it will say W forming, high, W second leg. Does that make sense? That's what it's going to do. It's going to roll around. Yeah, it rolls around. So again, or if you wanted to only trade the second leg here, once I set up the alert, you'd just be able to go to right click, add alert, and then it will tell you when this table, or when the W second leg appears, give me an alert. And now you just get an alert anytime it appears. Do you understand? So you just be able to know that's what you're waiting for. Or if you want to wait, because remember how price is set up, because the trend is so strong, even the first part of the W could be strong as well. Do you see it? So remember, because I'm going from higher time frame. So if I'm going from a monthly time frame and I know a W is starting to form now, I know it might not go 1,000 pips up, but the first part of the W might be going for 250 pips before it needs to pull back 150 pips. Before the second leg of the W on the monthly, I'm talking about time frame, is going to do the 600 pip buy. Do you see it?
Yeah, okay.
I can still trade that and give that as a signal to VIPs or to when I start doing YouTube lives and all of this. I say, hey, look what's going on here. Pay attention to this. Do you understand? And that's what that is basically. It's just literally all you're seeing is a table representation of the last 3 labels that are appearing here. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Okay.
So every single time a new one forms, it will push it down 1, push it down 1, push it down 1, and it goes in a circle, push it down 1, push it down 1, goes in a circle, push it down 1, push it down 1. Do you understand?
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Cool. Anybody else got any other questions? So yes, you can use this on indexes. Look, here's Dixie as well. Boom. This is Dixie. What do you see here when Dixie started to buy? From line, I'm flying. What do you see? It finished its second leg of its M. Boom. Why did Dixie start to sell crazy and GBP USD and all them started to buy mad in July? Going through that time, it's because it was now creating a second leg. You go to the monthly time frame. Boom. You can see here, this is why we started to get a mad sell. It was a monthly second leg. You don't get these every single week. But when you do get them, let's just move this out of the way so you can see that you can see this. Wait, or at least I can. So you can see in January, this is why USD started to sell more. Because you had a second leg W. And then eventually it got to the middle of the year. Boom, boom, boom. So 6 months in, you can see June was the middle part there. Boom. As soon as this one kicked in, now we start to see the long sells going in. The long buys going into the end of the year. Now we're starting to see them all sell because on the monthly time frame, we're starting to see a monthly W forming. If we go down to the weekly time frame, we're starting to see a weekly W forming. So you see, so all that could happen here. we're starting to see this pattern appear. So it's weird because even though this is happening, and yes, it can keep buying up, there's a good chance with the elections that you might get a pullback now. Yeah, with the election when it comes out, because we know a monthly W needs to form. So at some point, one of the monthly candles has to be a consolidation month, and then it closes bearish eventually, or it's actually going to be a mad pullback month because it's got to create a high. You understand? It's that simple. It's crazy. It's like really crazy. They put it together.
So that means after the, what you call it, after the election and stuff,
Yeah.
and that W forming pattern becomes, let's just say, a bearish month.
We're getting more sells. Exactly.
And then the W forming becomes a W second leg. That means the dollar is gonna strengthen. So that means all the other pairs like Euro, USD, etc. You'll be expecting sells.
There you go. Simple. And if we go to GBP USD now, what do we see here? Go to GBP USD. We're seeing the M forming. So then we'll get the pullback, and then we get the second leg of the M. You see it?
Okay, this makes so much sense. So that
You see
means
the
after
play?
that 1 month of the bearish movement on the dollar index, when this second leg forms on this GBP USD, yeah, you're gonna expect for a sell then.
There you go. You see, it's like you're forecasting now. You see it, you're feeling it now. You see, it's like you're forecasting. This is why I go to the monthly time frame. You see, this is why I don't do the lower time frames, because I want to forecast the movement. Because whatever's happening on this time frame is just going to happen on the lower time frame, just quicker. It's going to just do more ups and downs. But overall, it's going to do what the monthly is suggesting. Do you see the point?
Yeah, because I mean,
And now it gets even more scary, because now, remember, we've got this indicator, but this is why TradingView is better, because now when we go over to the 3-month time frame, we start to see more sense to light. So we start to see why in 2022, do you remember, people? If anyone was trading with me, the USDs were just selling like mad. No, sorry. Yeah, USD was selling like mad. Look, boom, 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 boom. It's because the M was forming. You see, and then it pulled back. And I remember 2023, we expected it to buy all the way back up again, but it didn't. Do you understand? It just went here. So this is the 3-month time frame. Then you can go to the 6-month time frame and you start to see something. But look here on the 6-month time frame. So overall, it's trying to go for a huge buy. But remember, this is a 6-month time frame. Let's switch off the support and resistance, so it's not too much going on here. Boom. Let's remove the drawings. Yeah, boom. Look, see. So on the 6-month time frame, can you see? So, but remember, this is 6 months before this candle closes. So it can do, remember, and it's going to do a lot. It looks like this, but it's a lot of up and down movement. Look, that pullback that happened now only took away half the candle. So eventually they're going to try and gear up for that, like a bigger move. Do you understand? So now you start to see the forecast. And you can even see on the yearly time frame, you can see why 2022 actually sold, because it was a yearly second leg of an M. So I remember 2022. If anyone, it's all in my groups, people. If I'm lying up flat, I've been here. You understand? I've been here. I've sold my roots into the ground. 2022 was crazy. It just kept selling. I remember it just kept selling for like almost the whole year. Just selling, selling, selling. Literally, look, this is a yearly close.
So literally, if you just took this 1 year, that yearly candle
From here,
in second leg, and you
the
just sold it for, yeah, you're good.
You're good.
You're basically good. For what is that? Like 2,000 pips? More than that.
This is exactly, and this is why I'm showing you this, guys and girls, because I don't expect you to be perfect people. This is like 2,000 pips, yeah. So I don't expect you to be experts from day one. No. But there's no way, if you're using this type of product for 6 months to a year, you're not going to be having some crazy fun. You're going to be having crazy fun with it. And I hope I've shown you all of this. Again, like, it's madness. What are the preconditions to make hey, you want me to start telling you how KFC makes their secret spices now? Don't worry about that, Pikachu. Don't you worry. Just worry about conducting electricity, Pikachu. That's what you need to worry about, Pikachu. This is telling me what about the algorithmic preconditions. Go ask Lux Algo what their algorithmic preconditions are. But yeah, you see what I'm saying, people. Okay. Yeah. It is amazing. That's what I'm trying to tell you right now. And I put a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of years behind this just to get what I'm showing you here. And I'm like a little kid in a candy store right now, literally, because I'm waiting every week just to see what the market does. I don't even need to trade. I want to even see what it does first, because I want to know 150 billion% how great this is. And I can already see it now. I'm just like, this is stupid. When I look at it, I'm just like, this is absolutely stupid. Like, it don't even make sense. It's not fair anymore. This is the real Matrix right now. This doesn't make sense. So again, I'll just leave it off on this one because it's almost a 2-hour Zoom. I'm still going to upload this to YouTube. Obviously, people are probably going to brush past it, not knowing how much madness is in this. But if anybody wants to get into this product, please just message me after. It's 50 GBP for the month. You'll get instant access if you get me today, because again, I can only add people when I'm at a computer. You can't do it from your phone. It is, yeah, again, it's that price, 50 GBP for the month, 400 for the year, or 600 for lifetime access. Obviously, that's a massive difference between a year and lifetime access on what you're going to be able to achieve. If you do lifetime access, you can get 2 payments. You pay 1 month and then the other month. And yeah, and again, there's only 26 slots for lifetime access. There might be more slots in future, but that could be in the next 6 months or a year. So if those slots run out, that's everybody gone from there. Do you understand? But again, it's a constantly evolving product. And like I said, I gave this one out, like, let's say yesterday, and then I gave this one out this morning, this update to this trend dashboard here. So there's more things. Like I said, I'm going to add alerts to it. That's what I want to do next. And then whatever my brain thinks of, I'll probably get onto the coding team. This coding team's very active. They're like almost 24/7 as well. So it's really good. As long as the money's there to pay them, these people are always ready to work. So yeah, it's cool, people. So any other questions before we leave it there? Just let me know. Guys and girls, if you've got any other questions, let me know. And you
I
can
think
forward
to
this video.
summarize,
Yeah,
I
sorry,
think
go on, bro.
just to summarize, I think might be a good idea just to say what people get with £600, like what other groups they get invited to and stuff like that.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for that. So just to summarize, what you actually get is you get obviously you get all of the indicators that are here. So there's actually 8 of them. This is just 4 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them I've shown here. The other ones might not stay there, so I don't need to really go over them too much. It's not really too crazy. But you get 8 indicators. You only have to use the ones I've obviously shown you in this Zoom, because you can see this is where the money's at. Well, I've literally shown you, so literally only 3 indicators you need here. And the most you'll probably use as well is probably FEGs if you want to. But yes, these indicators here. So that's that. You're also going to get, there's going to be Zoom calls I do. I'm not setting a date on how I'm doing the Zoom calls because I'm still coding at the moment, like I've said. So being coding with the actual team is taking up a lot of my time on top of anything else I do outside of Forex. I do actually run like 2 other businesses outside of Forex as well. So, and on top of that, you've got to have family time, as you can imagine. So yes, so it's a bit tight for me in terms of times of doing the Zoom calls for the VIPs, but every single day, I'll just show you now. Give me a second, guys and girls. Give me 1 second. I'll just show you. Boom, boom, boom. Let's close this. Give me 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. All right, cool. Let's just share this with you here. All right, so you should be able to see my trading view. Yeah. It's TradingView. Sorry, you should be able to see my Discord Telegram. Sorry, you should be able to see my Telegram. Is that correct, people? You can see it?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so this is the Neo VIP gold level. This is different from what people had on MT4's Neo, which is this swing group. This is different from this group here. This one here is a private group for just the members of Neo. And you can see in here almost every single day, even if I'm doing updates, I'm showing you the updates. I'm showing you, this is me typing. This is me doing this every day, almost literally. So even if I'm not doing Zoom calls, the same knowledge I'm giving you here, you're getting there as well. And you're free to talk to me. You're free to talk to other Neo users as well in here. So it's not just me. Everyone can talk. That's part of this community. You can even see how I started to build the indicator. You can see. So I'm even showing you. So whenever I'm doing any updates, you're getting the information here first before anybody else. So you can see all of it. And I'm doing all of this stuff. You can even see here's the US tech trade I took based on a 4-hour W. I actually gave this setup to everybody in the free. It wasn't a signal, but it was a trade idea. I gave it to every single person based on Neo in the free Telegram area. And this is the profits from it. Boom. So you can see you're getting all of the, you're getting this as well. You also get this as well here. You can see, which is the signal area. So whenever I'm taking a signal trade for any of the users, it'll be placed in this area here as well. basically. So it's the scalping / day trading group and swing trading group. So you get that as well. So you're getting basically like constant mentorship for myself, whether it be text format in the group, whether it be signal trades as well in the group. You're getting that as well. You're getting the 8 products, which also goes with all of the updates. So once you're paying monthly, whatever update I make, you're going to automatically get that as well. Do you understand? It's a rolling process for you as well in terms of what you get. And yeah, you get obviously, yeah, so you get all the indicators, you get signals, you get either video mentorship, or you're gonna get or you're gonna get text mentorship. And on top of that, I've got a whole archive. It's about between 10 and 20 videos, probably closer to 20 videos, more than definitely, of the exact strategy I trade as well. So I can't show that group because it's got obviously all the links and stuff in there, but you get that group as well. So I can literally tell you to refer to those videos, and you can even go through that archive as well. If you just want to sit down, maybe you're at work on a night shift and you just want to learn more, you can go through all of that stuff then. It's not basic stuff like baby pip stuff of here's what a stop loss is. It's none of that stuff. It's like, you know how I talk. If you've been with me long enough, I'll break down some stuff and you can learn certain things from that. And it gives you, again, exact strategy, stop loss, take profit entries. It shows you exactly how I'm doing what I'm doing using the old Neo. So even if you've got the old Neo as well, you can use that as well. Do you understand what I'm saying? It shows you how to use my swing trading strategy and the one that gave me 100% win rate. So what I'm going to be explaining to people in the title of this YouTube video will be 100% win rate. And that's literally what I had during the month of like June to like, it was like August at 100% win rate. It only stopped working that win rate when I wasn't paying attention to the M's and W's, and that's what caused me the issue where I start to have some losers, and then obviously now I have a good faith it will continue to go back up again. So what I taught the strategy in those Zoom call videos, which are specific ones, which I forward to you to tell you which ones, that is what gave me a 100% swing trade, not small little scout, 100% swing trade strategy, which was mad at that point because it's just madness. And I had that for like almost 3 months running. Do you understand? So that's how strong my swing trading strategy can be once you add the right elements together. Yeah. So hopefully that's a good conclusion for everyone for what you get. Yeah. Hopefully so. No other questions, people?
All good, all good.
Good. So yeah, if you want to get this, let me know. Send this video to any of your friends, family that trade as well. If they want to get involved, let me know. But I'm telling you, there's no way within the next, from between now and the start of the first quarter of 2025, there is no way people are not going to make money off of this product. I just can't see it. It's not possible. It's not possible. Everything's there. Everything's there. Yep. Cool, cool. No worries, people. It's going to be on YouTube, so nobody individually is going to get the video. It'll be on YouTube, and there'll be a link for everyone to watch. Yeah. Okay. No problem at all. Hit me up. Let me know what's going on. And a long time no see as well. It's okay. It's all right, Pikachu. It's how it goes. Yeah. All right. No worries. Take care, everyone. And message me if you want to get instant access today, obviously after payments made. No problem at all. Cool, cool. Take care, people. And I'll speak to you later.